So finally, I'm gonna talk about Rogue One. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, is directed by Gareth Edwards and stars Felicity Jones, Diego Luna, Mads Mikkelsen, and just a ton of other actors. So Rogue One is the first live-action Star Wars spin-off movie that of course fills in the gap between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. In this movie, the Rebel Alliance recruits Jyn Erso to work with the team including Cassian Andor to steal the plans of the Empire's new superweapon, the Death Star. So basically how I'm going to do this review is, I'm going to have non-spoilers in the front, and then spoilers in the back. So I'll put a time in the description below to when there will be spoilers. So if you want to watch the spoiler parts, go to the description and click on the time. But if you want to avoid spoilers, just watch until I obviously warn you later on in the video. So how was Rogue One? It was okay. It was an average movie. It was just an average movie. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. People are gonna be saying, like, I mean, you're wrong. I mean, it's just my opinion, okay? If you like the movie, fine. Fantastic that you like the movie. In my opinion, it was an average movie. It was okay. It had some positives, of course, but I did find a lot of negatives in the movie. So, yeah. So let me just start off with saying that the first act of this movie is fine. The first act is fine in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like the first act. It is kind of sloppy, but it's fine in my opinion. Yeah, I'll get more into the first act in the spoilers, because, you know, there is some stuff to talk about that, but yeah. The middle act. The middle act, I found myself to be really bored. I don't know, I was just pretty bored during the middle act. I mean, I just wasn't really invested in the story during the middle act. I was just kind of sitting there just like, oh, okay. Yeah, the middle act was just, I don't know, I found it to be pretty boring. It's definitely the weakest part of this, like, definitely the weakest act of this movie, and yeah, I don't know, it's just the characters, it was just kind of dour. The characters were just kind of there. There wasn't really any emotional depth with the characters. I mean, Galen Erso, great character. Yeah, I really like his character because of the depth that goes through his character. But during the middle act, it's just not really there. Honestly, I just don't really find it to be there. That's more through like the last act is when everything really picks up. But yeah, so yeah, like let me just talk about the characters really quick. K2SO, amazing. K2SO was just amazing. He was just so awesome and one of the best droids easily in Star Wars now. Okay, yeah. Galen Erso, as I said, he is so good. I love the emotional, I just love the emotional depth with this character, obviously with Jyn, and I just love like, how, okay, I'll get more into that, I'll get more into spoilers about that, but, I just love, you know, his story, which I'll talk later about. And let me talk about, now, okay, Jyn Erso. She was fine. She wasn't as bad as I thought she would be. I thought she'd be really annoying, cringy, as the trailer seemed to be. She was fine, I guess. I still didn't really find her to be that interesting as a character, but she was fine. The dialogue in this movie was a little bit, yeah, I mean, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It's not really that cringy. It's just more just kind of like bland, kind of flat. But yeah. Cassian Andor, he was fine. He was fine. I kind of liked his character a bit. But I don't know. It's just in this movie, the characters, there's just not much for them to work with. I don't know. There's a little bit towards the end, but through the middle and the beginning, it's just kind of like, okay. But yeah. So yeah, this movie, honestly, in my opinion, was a bit disappointing. I mean, I don't know, it's just disappointing. I just found it disappointing. Okay. Saw Gerrera. Saw Gerrera was so bad. I don't even know where to start. His character, I don't know. You people may like him, but I just found his character to be so annoying. Like, I hate it when he talks like this. It's really annoying. It's stupid. So yeah, I'm not a fan of his character. I just find him really annoying. So yeah. So yeah. Director Orson Krennic. I really liked his character. I've been looking forward to his character a lot. Like, I even have a Funko Pop of him. I just really been looking forward to his character. It was great. So yeah, director Orson Krennic was great. And there's some more characters that I'll talk about in the spoiler parts that really haven't been revealed, so I'm saving it for spoilers. Okay, so yeah. Um, another character I really liked though, like even as much as their character is kind of average, I really liked Donnie Yen's character, Chirrut Imwe. He was just a great character. I don't know, I just really liked him. Like I expected him to just be like this really badass. He ended up being just this really nice guy, and I really like his force sensitive stuff, especially what he says. It's just really great. He's one of my favorite characters. He's just a really nice guy that they had with them. So yeah. Um, but as I said, I don't know. This movie, there's just not much really working with everything. I don't know. There's just not much emotional depth through the middle. It really picks up at the end. The last 30 minutes are amazing. It's just amazing. And I have to get through that. And most of that is in spoilers, so yeah. But anyways, like, just the final act is amazing. Yes. But yeah, okay, so yeah, just the middle is just not really that great in my opinion. Yeah, I just don't really find anything with it, and the first half is kind of choppy, kind of weird, even though I don't really mind it. But the middle is just really the bad part of the movie. I just really do not like it. It's just really choppy and just, I don't know, it's just really boring and there's nothing really to it. So yes, that's really all I gotta say about like the acts and everything, and the characters. As I've kind of explained the characters. Obviously, the plot of this movie. I mean, it's fine. Obviously, I mean, it's just for A New Hope. It's a prequel to A New Hope, and I think they do a great job at having it as a prequel to A New Hope. So yeah, yeah. I just think it's fine being like a prequel to A New Hope. I think they incorporated that fine, especially with the ending, which I'll get more into spoilers. There's a lot with spoilers. So yeah. Yeah. Like, as I said, it's disappointing. It's disappointing, in my opinion. You guys can say what you want. You might have different opinions. You can, if you like it, fine. This is just my opinion. It was boring in the middle act, and just the movie was disappointing. So, yes, I think it's time we talk spoilers. Let's talk about spoilers. I think it's time we talk about spoilers right now. So yes, guys, we are gonna talk spoilers. So in the first act, they do, hop around a lot with the planets, introducing all these characters, and it is a little choppy, but I think it's kind of cool, and also, let me just say, the planets in this movie are way better than the planets in The Force Awakens. The planets in this movie are just great. Yeah, I think they're great. I mean, it's just really awesome. They just have like a ton of awesome planets that actually look original. They look cool, and yeah. I just really liked a lot of the planets. Yeah, but anyway, so obviously in the beginning, Jin, her father. I mean, obviously the Imperials arrive on their planet, and her father is obviously the Empire. They want her father to help with the Death Star, of course, to help. They want help finishing it, and of course he gets captured, and his wife. They shoot his wife. So yeah, there's a lot going. I do like that part in the beginning. I really like that. I just like that part. How it's pretty emotional, and it's one of the few emotional parts in the movie. Obviously, the ending has a lot more. But obviously, Jin's an adult, and she's obviously captured by the Empire, and yeah, and obviously K2SO helps rescue her. K2SO, as I said, he's a great character, and yeah. Let me talk about Grand Moff Tarkin. Grand Moff Tarkin is great in this movie. I think he's great. I think his CGI is amazing. People might think a CGI sucks. It didn't. It looked normal to me, in my opinion, and it's so great. I mean, Force Awakens, take notes. Grand Moff Tarkin in this movie is amazing. screw Supreme Leader Snoke. Oh my god, that looked terrible. Grand Moff Tarkin way better, and especially having him like interact with the other characters, it looked really great. So yes, I just really like the motion capture in this movie. Leia, just bring up Leia at the end, of course. I don't know, it was good. I don't think we needed Leia in this movie, but I can't deny that it looked really good. It looked really good. It looked much like Leia from A New Hope. But I don't think it was very necessary to have her. Maybe show just a little bit of her. I don't think having her face shown was that necessary. I didn't want it, so yeah. But it's there. It's not that big of a deal. But I'm just saying. So yes. So obviously the plot of this movie is obviously, it explains it in New Hope that the rebels spies got the plans, and yeah. And as I said, the middle act of this movie is just so boring. I could not care about anything when they're in the prison, in the middle of the movie. Like, I don't care. I don't care, and it's just so boring. The characters, their interactions just don't work, in my opinion. So yeah, and it might sound like I hate this movie. I don't hate it at all. I don't even think it's bad. It's just okay. It just has some flaws, even though it does have some good stuff, especially the ending. So yeah. But obviously they go to steal the Death Star plans, which is cool. And I think just this leading up to the ending is just great. I mean, that's where the movie really starts to pick up. They get to Scarif. Scarif is just a great planet. I really like Scarif. I mean, it looks so awesome. It's original, and it just looks great. So yes, and obviously they try getting the Death Star plans, and they do get it. And I'm gonna talk more about the Vader thing soon, but yeah. But anyways, at the end, of course, everyone dies. I love it. I love the fact that everyone dies in the end. I know some people weren't happy with that. They're like, I don't know if it's good that everyone had to die. I think it's perfect. I think it's just perfect that everyone dies. It's so good for once to see that, like, the Empire, like, truly won, just getting all the rebels down. The soundtrack in this movie it was I didn't find it to be that memorable. I mean, it's actually an accomplishment that Force Awakens actually had a more memorable soundtrack than Rogue One, because Force Awakens, I didn't even find it to be that good of a soundtrack, but I found more memorable tracks in Force Awakens than in Rogue One, so I was shocked out of my mind that there's actually some goodness in the Force Awakens soundtrack now, and I look at it now with more like, it's not that bad. So yeah, I don't know, Rogue One, the soundtrack it feels so consistent. It just feels really consistent. It's just like, okay, it has like one or two tracks that I liked, but the rest of it's just like, okay, alright, okay, who cares? So yeah, that's what I gotta say about the soundtrack. So yeah. So overall, Rogue One was not a bad movie. It was just disappointing, and it was just okay. I don't know. I liked Force Awakens better, honestly, and I know I'm a little disappointed to say that because I made a video on it. I thought Rogue One would be better than Force Awakens. It's not. I found more Force Awakens just more entertaining. Yeah, I just found more entertainment out of Force Awakens. Rogue One was just kind of like, okay. I mean the endings are good, but the middle act is eh. And the movie just kind of feels sloppy. Feels kind of slopped around. The characters are just meh. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this review. And yeah, I mean, I don't really have that much more to say. I mean, I don't know if I'll make any more videos on Rogue One. Oh yeah, I am making a ranking though. I'm making a Star Wars ranking. I'm gonna re-rank the Star Wars movies. I said this after Force Awakens that I'll wait till Rogue One and that I'll re-rank them, and I will do that. Because there's a lot that changed. And I have some more to add. I have Force Awakens and Rogue One to add ever since the last one I made. So yes. That is my video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching, and bye.